I'm a DJ boy, going to Dcentral, minting NFT, from the DeFi, being crypto poor but JPay rich.
All right, welcome everyone. Welcome to the Latin American panel. And as you can see, I am not Latin American. However, I am an advisor to a fund in Colombia, and I'm an investor in Latin America. And I'm here as someone who's really interested in what's happening in Latin America because I want to invest in the future of Latin America. I'm also invested in lots of other countries, but Latin America is developing, and I think it's really important for us to take a look at what's happening over there and to learn. So I'm here as a student to learn from you guys. So please introduce yourselves and tell us what you do.
Hello. So I'm John, and I'm a shareholder of a crypto exchange in Spain, and most recently we opened operations in Brazil, Peru, and very, very close to get the license in Colombia as well. So.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Hi, this is Ricardo. Can you guys hear me? Oh, thank you. This is Ricardo Carreon. I am from Mexico, actually from the north of Mexico, so being here in Austin is great. And I live currently in Mexico City, and I'm a founder of DeepU. We are an immersive education for the Web3, and we're doing education and onboarding a lot of people in Mexico and from other countries in Latin America into Web3.
Hi, my name is Carmelo Milian. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Polka City. Polka City is a metaverse where our objective is actually to integrate all metaverses into one place so that we can interconnect. And we're doing a lot of business in Latin America.
Just a caveat, I like to say that I am heavily involved in Polka City. I own an island in Polka City, mostly because of the project that you're doing in El Salvador. So can you tell us about that?
Yes. Okay. So I had the privilege of meeting with Bukele a couple of months ago, and with all the ministers of El Salvador, the economic minister, the education, and actually the Bitcoin ministry. Imagine a country with a Bitcoin ministry.
That's cool.
So it's like a whole bunch of geeks in one room. Anyway, so it's a great opportunity. I mean, I like to tell people we are here where we are today without any help. We are Bitcoin, cryptocurrency is, power to the people, and the people fighting for this. We haven't got any help. So imagine when a country government is behind you, behind the cryptocurrency for the right reasons, not to tax you and get your money, get a piece of the cake, but because they want to promote financial independence. They want to take all those little stores or these mom and pop shops to be able to have a wallet and a financial account, which they don't because they don't have bank accounts and that kind of stuff. So, I mean, being in El Salvador was a great experience because I learned how support from the government is going to allow for even the small shops to be able to do banking, be able to do these things that nobody's doing. On top of that, I believe the hardest point is education. I mean, we're here getting educated, but the majority of people, they are afraid of cryptocurrency. They are afraid of Bitcoin because they don't understand it. But imagine a country where the government is going to educate you. It's going to teach you.
Wasn't it in 2020, April 2021, it was Bitcoin was legalized in El Salvador. So
Yes.
everything was, Bitcoin is accepted there, everywhere.
Exactly.
And when I met with the ambassador of El Salvador, she showed me their wallet. It's a country wallet. Like
Chivo.
Yeah, Chivo. And even the governor and all the government officials, they get their salary in Bitcoin. And that was amazing to see. So that's really forward and future thinking. So therefore, I was like, I have to invest in Latin America. So, but yeah, what's happening in Mexico?
Yeah, I think that Mexico, we're seeing a lot of projects coming out of Mexico, and it's really a big community. And I'm gonna talk about kind of like two aspects for that. One is the NFT projects. Right? There are many projects that are coming out of Mexico, and some of the most successful ones you probably wouldn't even notice that they are done in Mexico. Like there's this project that is called Serious and Cool People that has been a huge success, sold out completely, has holders in a bunch of places in the U.S., in Australia, and Europe, etc. But you wouldn't tell that it's a Mexico project because it's kind of like marketed in English and great quality. And like that, there are some others like Robotos or PrimeBots or Root Golems that. If I don't tell you that these are Mexican projects, you wouldn't know because it's really very high quality type of projects. So I think that the community is there. I also think that we need to think a little bit different in Web3 in the following sense. Some of the projects in Web3 that involve Latin talent, you wouldn't tell if they are from Mexicans or Latins in the US or people from Spain or people from let's say South America or Central America, because everything is just one community. If you go into Twitter spaces, I think that the Latin spaces, the Twitter spaces in Spanish talking about NFT, they are only second to the US ones. So Spanish is becoming big in the NFT world, and I'm very happy for that, and we're very happy to contribute in DeepView with education and onboarding people to that. So I think that the Latins, we are really, really making our mark in the NFT space and in some other areas like education or DeFi or many other areas in the Web3 space. It's very exciting.
That is very exciting. And what about regulation? You have an exchange. What was it like putting out one in Latin America?
Yeah, so when I first learned about crypto was 2012, and learning about it was very difficult. I had to go to Bitcoin magazine and literally read about, at the time was Vitalik Buterin, the founder of Ethereum. He was one of the biggest contributors. He was writing a lot about it. And this is how I learned, but it was very difficult to get knowledge. So when we opened Bit2Me, the exchange, our first criteria was, okay, we need to properly educate. And beyond, going in the hype or riding waves in crypto is about what actually really means to invest in Web3 and how that is going to change your life, hopefully for the better. So we created the Bit2Me Academy. Right now is the largest academy for learning about crypto, Web3, blockchain technology in Spanish. We have about 5.2 million users, and most of the users are from Latin America. So that was the first criteria. And then the second criteria, I don't know if you have ever done business in Europe. If you haven't, I please tell you not to. Is a nightmare. The bureaucracy and regulators, it's just crazy. So imagine you're talking to these guys in a bank, 65 years old. They only care about Real Madrid and who's gonna win during the weekend. And when you speak about crypto, they kind of like, what are you talking about? What's that? But then the wave came, 2017, 2018, ICOs, they crumbled, but they kind of realized, well, there is a lot of money in there. So Spain came out with an interesting license that is a license, but it's not. So we recently received that license. We are fully regulated cryptocurrency exchange, custodian, and a white label provider in Madrid. Now we kind of replicate that in Brazil. And Brazil is a very interesting market. It's a giant market. The mindset of the people is very, very volatile. They are definitely risk-friendly. And it has been, tiresome, but we're getting there. We're speaking to the regulators. They're open to speak about crypto. and to learn about it. So that's the first step. They want to learn, and what do? We take them to our academy. So we're like, hey, you want to learn? So there you go. It's for free. You can learn about it. So they're hopefully they're doing it, and now we're replicating the same in Peru. Very interesting market as well. Different from Brazil, starting from the language, but also the culture, the behavior, and they're not that risk friendly as Brazilians are, which is interesting to observe. And then Colombia, I think, is a phenomenal market. They are so open and willing to build. And this is interesting. Finally, I will shut up. But this is interesting. There is a difference in trading and holding volume and holding crypto and kind of riding the wave. And the other difference is who's building. Where are the builders? Because at the end of the day, the builders are the one bringing value. If there are no builders, if there are no communities on a network, then what the hell is that network doing there, right? So we're seeing that in Colombia, people are perhaps not trading as much as Brazilians are, but they're building. And for a fund or a VC or an education network, this has a lot of value because you have a lot of developers, you have a lot of crazy ideas, funky ideas, and they speak English fairly well, so they can have international collectives and so on. So yeah, it's interesting. We're not replicating what we did in Spain, but we're kind of observing, okay, these went down very nicely over there now. Hopefully this is going to turn out in the same way in Latin America, and let's see if the formula works.
What are the challenges that you see in working in Latin America and building things out there?
Politics. So the environment is really volatile when it comes down to politics. So that will be the first one. The second one is, of course, the economic. Well, you have a lack of a stable government, and that means also a lack of a proper economy system that kind of remains, and what to expect. So in Europe, you kind of know what to expect from a regulator and from the European Central Bank, but also from the Spanish Central Bank and Portuguese Central Bank where we operate. But in Latin America, it's very difficult. You don't know if the minister is going to be changed or removed tomorrow. You don't know if the government is going to be there the next month. You don't know if the laws are actually going to be implemented the way they're saying that they are going to be implemented. So that legal and compliance framework and unit is hard to read. If you don't have patience, you might get burned along the way. Yeah.
What about Mexico City?
I think that
projects there, or Mexico.
Yeah, I think that Mexico is a very interesting market in the sense that Mexico, out of all the Latin America countries, is very close to the U.S. That's not only geographically but also in the sense of trying to adopt the same technologies. So you will see that closeness being manifested into people wanting to enter the space. Of course, we have a challenge in terms of bringing people into Web3. Because if we look at ourselves here in this room, we are all kind of like Web3 people, right? We are all there, and we are the early adopters. But if you really want to make a difference and make something much more broader and make it something a whole lot more inclusive of everybody, then we need to bring a bunch of Web2 people into this. And bringing a bunch of Web2 people, it has to be done through education. It has to be done through building stuff that you don't feel that is Web3. You don't even know. It has been said earlier today, and you probably heard this through the day, NFTs are going to be successful or crypto is going to be successful when you don't realize there's crypto involved or there's an NFT involved. You're just buying a great product that fulfills a need. So I think that doing stuff that integrates education or integrates better user experiences, it's really important. And that's why I think this approach of having the academy in this particular case, from an exchange, I think this is a great idea, because that way you are removing, kind of like all this grid and all this grit and this friction for your customer to actually becoming bigger. So it's great.
And then as an investor, what are projects that you know of out there that I should be looking at that are coming out of Latin America?
I like the layer ones and layer twos which are being built in there. Perhaps the founders are sometimes not Latinos, but the whole infrastructure and the whole development team is definitely based in Latin America. I like Celestia. I like Portal. I think there are gonna be incredible layer 2 solutions built on Cosmos, which I'm a big fan of Cosmos. I'm not afraid to say that. I think they're doing a great job. So yeah, I think these layer 2 solutions are going to be fantastic. There are many wallets also coming out from different networks out of Latin America. There is a wallet coming out of the Mina network. Mina network is also a fantastic network. And forgot that it's going to be the main wallet on the Mina network. Is being built in Brazil. You have neobanks, Web3 banks. Mercado Bitcoin in Brazil is also doing a phenomenal job as an exchange, as a learning platform. They're making people like Binance sweat in the ecosystem to kind of compete. So yeah, I would say layer 2 wallet solutions. Some DeFi applications are going to be very, very strong, coming very strong. Colombia, Mexico, Argentina is a huge interesting market as well. So yeah, that's what's coming out there.
Yeah, I like to add the conversation when we're talking about Web3. We always, for those integrators, developers who are bringing and trying to sell Web3 to their customers, stuff, don't sell Web3. Sell the innovation behind it. CEOs don't care. Don't give a damn if it's Web3, Web2, whatever. They don't care. They care if you can bring that message of what they can accomplish using this new technology. So look for that. Look for ways to innovate, leveraging Web3, leveraging everything. As an example, we are a 3D game. We have AR. We're going to be VR and all this XR and all this crap. But in the end, nobody cares about that. They care about the experience they're going to get when they join in the game. They're going to be able to mix reality with the virtual world. And what headset brand or whatever, it doesn't matter. The goal is to bring this innovation and technology and forget a little bit about the terms. You don't go to Bank of America and say, yeah, they have HTML5. Who cares what they're running their platform, right? It's the innovation and it's what we're offering. So I think we should focus a little bit more of ways to leverage all of this technology, great technology that we have in our hands, and innovate.
Yeah, well, I would like to add something here. I really love the art from Latin America. I think that from a cultural perspective, the artwork is fantastic. There's great stuff being done in Brazil. I really like a studio in Rio that is called Lumix, LUMX. Look it up, LUMX. They have the collection that sold out that had in a few days about $300,000 worth in their first collection. Caio was going to be here with us. Unfortunately, he couldn't make it, but Caio Barbosa, the CEO, I think that they do a fantastic work. But outside of that, I think there's also great art in Mexico. And I also want to call the attention to projects that are being built more on utility. So you have already, there was one big music festival in Mexico that is done in Monterrey by Tecate Beer. Tecate nowadays is owned by Heineken. And Tecate Beer, they did for their Pal Norte Festival, that's the name. It's several days of music, similar to Coachella in California. And they did their tickets through NFTs. And there's another company called Exma that is out of Colombia, but they do events throughout the region, that they are bringing Tony Robbins to Mexico City in September. and they are also going to be doing the tickets with NFTs. So these are mostly utility-based type of projects, but I think this is coming very, very fast to the region. So it's not just the art, although the art is fantastic, right? But I think utility is there, and it is going to be a game changer in Latin America.
Does anyone have any questions around Latin America specifically at all? Before, yes, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. Great.
The info markets? How?
Informal?
Informal.
Oh yeah, that's a great question on the sense that there's big informal market, but I will say that what we're seeing right now with NFTs, for example, it's people that are not completely formal in the sense that it's crypto and it's not regulated in most of the countries, but on the other hand, these are people that are not necessarily the people that don't have a bank account and so on and so forth. So it's more kind of like the wealthy people that are the early adopters. So I wouldn't say it's completely informal, like many other areas in which like you see retailers in the street not paying taxes and all that kind of stuff, right?
There is a solution for that. The Celo network, CELO. Celo has built a wallet called the Valora app. And what they do is that the wallet needs just a minimal amount of connectivity to the internet. So if
they're mobile first.
Yes, they're mobile
great.
first, and their internet, you don't have to have a flawless Wi-Fi or anything, so you can connect very easily. Is non-custodial and very easy to navigate, and they're again, it's technology, UX, excellent UX, excellent UI, and in their native language, so that helps.
Now that you mentioned that, I think that's one space that is I mean, there's no wallet in Latin America, in Brazil, or in Mexico that is kind of like owned by everybody, like Venmo here or Cash App. And that's kind of like an opportunity, I think, for somebody to come and build an app that does both fiat as well as crypto. And of course, we have that in El Salvador with El Chivo wallet, right? I mean,
I'll give you a story of Chivo wallet. When I went to El Salvador, I said, give me a glass of wine. Yeah. I ordered some wine in Salvador. And then I was like, I'm going to pay you with Bitcoin. He said, yes. And they opened their Chivo wallet like this and that. They said, no. I'm paying you with Cash App. And he was like, what's that? Cash App. No, don't worry about it. Give me the QR code. I send you with Cash App. I send it with Cash App. And the waiter was there. The waitress was there for like 20 seconds. Didn't go through. It's like, it was like, come on, let it give it at least 5 confirmations, But the thing is that, and then he got there. I told her, trust me, I'm not going nowhere. Come back in 20 minutes. And she came back, oh, yes, it's here. But the thing is that their technology, and every citizen has Chivo. And it's so well done. I mean, they're not waiting for transaction. The government is supporting this. You send somebody some Bitcoin, your Bitcoin is there right away, They're doing it. They're doing this. They're how you call it? They're funding it. They're backing it up.
But I think they're also using Lightning Network to make it faster as a layer 2. Yeah,
exactly. So I mean, everybody in El Salvador, everybody has Chivo wallet, and when the government is supporting it, the right way again, because a lot of governments, no, the right way, things can happen. So I think everybody in Latin America is watching, and they watch how El Salvador didn't get intimidated by the big players in the economical world space, and others will follow.
There was a few questions over there on the back.
Oh, yeah.
The lady over there.
Yes.
So there is, Latin America, I'm a little biased, I think, Latina myself, we're rich with culture, right? Rich with art, rich with talent. So when there's so much money to be made, and you talked about it a little bit, but how are you thinking about it, especially as leaders in that space of protecting the talent that's coming from Latin America, right? From people that are going to come in and potentially,
You mean not exploit them?
Well, it's in blockchain, code is a law, right? In crypto, code is law, meaning that just by the technology itself being open source and decentralized, the ownership, the sense of ownership that every single creator and founder will have will be unique. It will be engraved on his or her name, and you can just go to the blockchain and see who was, So that first piece of technology is the first step, right? But then the second step, I agree with you. One of the things that we as a whole will have to do, not only in Latin America, but emerging economies, Southeast Asia, Africa, and so on, is to really do the marketing that they deserve as well. So as we can see, whenever someone in the US, regardless of their nationality, just by living in here, they do something good in terms of technology or social, not only the community and the society, but even the government, they get a boost. The marketing works, and they become big, right? Whether Latinos or even Southern Europeans, for whatever reason, perhaps this is a sociological reason, but they tend to be less flashy. They build the product and then they're comfortable selling it. Like, okay, just give me something, that's it. So we need to change that mentality, and I will say that comes through education. Takes time, is a long journey, but we need, including ourselves, to understand that we have something valuable and we need to work for it and take our time and make the best out of it, and we can be flashy to some degree, I think.
So what is Polka City doing in Latin America, right? Were you doing something with Bukele for Polka City, or is that separate from Polka City? No, it's Polka City, definitely. So Polka, El Salvador is building Bitcoin City. Bitcoin City is the city they're building around a volcano, where actually kind of like they develop in that area. And they're doing mining with thermal energy and everything, and they're growing over there. So I was so impressed by that. When I got there, we actually doing business. Polka City sells land in the metaverse, right? We're selling all these NFT lands, and every time we sell land, it sells out in minutes. And the prices, they're not for everybody. Every day, it's not the other guy's land, right? So we said to ourselves, if we're selling NFT lands in the metaverse, why not sell the real thing? So we actually building a community inside Bitcoin City, where we're building, it's kind of like the community. We're building these little shack houses, 2-bedroom houses. And we are selling all that the properties via NFTs in Polka City. So you're going to be able to buy in the metaverse, but guess what? The NFT is going to be your title for a real property in El Salvador in Bitcoin City. And that's what we're doing. We started with this one community building 40 houses, and this is our case study of selling real land through the metaverse. And there we already working with Mexico to do after that some area in Mexico and also Puerto Rico. So we're already talking about getting those landowners. So the good thing about this is also that we have this land, right? You own land in Mexico, right? And we're gonna build this little Polka City gated community. It's gonna sell out to the metaverse. Guess what? Out of part of the covenants of that city. Every time that piece of property sells again, you, the original owner of the land, get a royalty. Mm-hmm. So forever and ever and ever,
amazing.
Where that land sells and ever, there's going to be royalties for the landowner. So where do you want to sell? You want to sell to your real estate agent over there, or you want to sell in the metaverse where you're going to keep earning for the rest of your life?
So
that's what we're doing
yeah, and that's why I invested in Polka City. So we have to go, but one last thing from each one of you. Why should we be bullish in Latin America?
People, talent, resources, and just growth. The market is huge, and people want to learn. There's a will from the communities to learn.
Yeah, I think that there's talent. I think there's lots of talent, and the other thing that is a little bit more of an indirect way of also helping is we're seeing a lot of U.S. and European companies hiring people in Latin America for their projects as remote work, right? So it's not only the projects that are coming out of Latin America. Of course, we love them, and it's great that we have the creators from Latin America making a difference. But we also have the developers, and the developers that are great developing communities pretty much in Brazil, in Mexico, and Argentina, in Colombia. They are also working in projects in the U.S. right now. So also support the developers and the technical people, besides all the creators and artists.
And Carmelo?
I got 3 reasons real short. Number 1, they're tired of being number 2. Number 2, they know how to party.
See?
And number 3, Phu is going that way too.
And also, for me, Web3 is global. And so, I'm Asian American, but I also live part-time in Puerto Rico. So I speak Spanish, and I'm bullish on Latin America, and you should be too. All right. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.